Okay. How's everybody doing? I'm wondering. Try to keep this within 30 minutes. 3:46. I'm wondering how many of you are feeling the change. How many of you have received your memory? There should be enough people on Earth now. I'm in America, so there should be enough people in America who sense the difference. Waking up. Um, I'm curious. I'm trying to find them on TikTok. I got them on YouTube. But on TikTok, I haven't found y'all yet. Who understands that your bodies are not the same anymore? Those change. We change at different rates at different periods. Um, First, you go through the. There's different stages you go through, but I'm not looking to explain the stages or none of that. I'm looking to find the ones who already know, who are in the knowing, who know that their bodies are not the same, who's it depends on who you are, because your natural gifts will get stronger. Like if you had intellect, it would be stronger. If you had intuition, it would be stronger. If you had empathy, it would be stronger. Um, you you should be having a need. Well, not need, because if you are, there's so many names that's out here, and they're all falsified. Um, I'll just talk in a way that you should understand. You remember places you haven't been. You have vivid dreams as if they're not. Um, you should be remembering things that you wasn't taught. You should be some of you are probably tired of watching TV, movies, what everybody else does, because you can see it's a mockery of you. These people are the ones I'm reaching out to, because you're dealing with a lot of emotions, huge emotions. A lot of people don't believe you. You've been trying to tell people there's a there's a feeling that you have inside, like an alarm clock, that something not only has changed, but time itself is not the same. your recollection, your memory, and your feeling is not tied to time like it used to be. 30 days, you felt 30 days. A week seems like, to certain people, it should seem like time you're not paying attention to. It reminds you. You look up and then time is moved 8 hours. Or you look up and time didn't move at all. What you've been told in history is all coming to a conclusion now. In order to teach, you must know where someone is at. You speak to a farmer like a farmer. You would say to a farmer in times like this, have you noticed your crops have failed? You start with things they can relate to. Have you noticed liquefaction on your land? Areas of your land feeling like waterbeds. Then you would talk to a scientist or someone who's an astronomer. You would say things like this. Have you noticed the scientists everywhere are being told to us? First of all, you're being notified that these people are missing. That's the first thing. Now, if I was to herd you into a direction, I will give you that direction. Then I would say to that scientist, what's the difference between what's happening now with the so-called disappearing? Scientists are people with supposedly high intellect. So, what's the difference between these scientists disappearing and the movies where the Ark, where they put the top scientists, and the Day After Tomorrow, these type of movies? Then you would go, oh yeah, I can relate. It's the movie. Yeah, I seen this in the movie. I remember now. This is what everybody seems to do. But that's not the truth. I'll give you an example. Simpsons. Everybody say, oh, the Simpsons, it tells you the things before it happened. Man, Donald Trump went down the elevator and you see it on The Simpsons. It's just coincidence, man. Or something that's not written. How about you watch Snake Eyes, and then it reminds you of the political death of a Kirk guy. And then we'll say things like, dang, they sure got to tell us before they do it. Well, Why does it take you so long to know what they're telling you? That's like prophecy, isn't it? How do governments, after the world collapse, how do we keep growing in knowledge? Oh, it's the UFOs. They coming, right? They teaching us, right? What if these UFOs, oh, I'm cooking. But for the next video, I want you to study something. Where did the Red Cross begin? And how does that connect with Templars? And where did the Black Cross come from? And then how does that tie to Britain coming to America? Because we got Red Crosses everywhere, but what did that come from? Study that, and you might end up seeing things called Gnostic. And they might tell you that this is evil. But who defines good and evil? That would be the question. So I gave you a couple of hints as I'm looking for people who already know. The reason why I'm looking for these people, some of them don't know yet who they are because of what you've been taught. But these solar flares and all of this is reigniting memories. The sun is communicating with DNA. The harmonics of the sun, the moon, and the earth is matching the masculine, feminine, righteous energy. When I say feminine and I say masculine, these energies are contained in different houses. Energy is not something physically described. In physical, I say woman, you know it's a woman. I say man, it's a man. But masculine energy is not the same. Feminine energy is not the same. We're talking about intuition, which is wisdom. And we're talking about knowledge, which is knowing. There's a difference. But both are one. And on earth, we learn this. You call my people Negro, but you unawarely also call them Anunnaki. The people who come back, but not from the stars. The stars declare us, so no one else can. The stars align with your birthday. This is what they don't teach you. Not everyone goes into amnesia. This is what happens with revelation. For there's many among you that look human, that are not. This is why your laws are telling you you can't say nothing to people if you see, what do they call it? Demon face syndrome. Why are all the governments preparing for something you can't see? And why do they all know it at the same time? I love you in an agape way, for I'm trying to spark your mind, because you're asleep.